Good morning, children. In the previous class, I taught you about the scientist. I am going to continue seeing with the John Dalton in 1766 to 1844. He was an English chemist and physicist. He is famous for laying the foundation for the modern atomic theory. He is famous for laying the foundation for the modern atomic theory. Foundation means starting. It's the first part of his theory states that all matter is made of atoms. Atoms means is the smallest particles of an elements, and an atom in the smallest unit of ordinary matter that form an chemical element. Atom are extremely small. It's in the small size we cannot see, and atoms are extremely small, typically around 100 picometer. So he is a foundation for the modern atomic theory and give us an idea about the structures of an atom. I told you it's the smallest unit of elements. So he gave an idea about the structures of atom. Those some of is postulated means it's no longer, were later proved to be incorrect and have been discarded because they later on they proved that it's an incorrect and discarded, that invalid. He is still considered as the father of atomic theory. Now, Mitri Mandeli in 1834 to 1907. He is well known for his work on the periodic table. He arranged all the elements in the tabular form according to their properties. His table could predict the properties of elements not yet discovered. Is table from the basis for the modern periodic table. Modern periodic table is about the symbol for the chemical elements, putting them in order according to their atomic weight, and inventing the periodic table. This periodic table of elements is a tabular display of chemical elements. This shows about the chemical elements, but still this table could predicate the properties of elements not yet discovered. This table form the basis for modern periodic table. Is called as a modern periodic table, which are arranged by the atomic numbers. Next, Röntgen, Wilhelm Conrad. What's his name? Röntgen Wilhelm Conrad in 1845 to 1923. Röntgen discovered Röntgen rays or X-ray, which are used extensively for the diagnosis of various diseases and fractures of bones. Modern medicine owns a lot of its discoveries. So you all know, no children, X-ray, if you get any fractures, if any inside fractures and some infections arises inside our bodies, so we are going to X-ray, which is extensively for the diagnosis of various diseases. Also we are going to do X-rays and fractures of bones. So, he produced a detected electromagnetic radiation in the wavelength range known as an X-ray, and also he got the Nobel Prize in Physics. He also got the Nobel Prize in Physics. So, he has introduced the X-ray of this is using for electromagnetic radiation, which is a wavelength. The X-ray also not to be done more on the body because of some effects. Madam Mary Curie is in 1867 to 19 34. She is a chemist from Poland. Chemist means it's a chemical experiment on the human some diseases issues she has discovered, that is polonium and the random along with her husband Marie Curie. She coined the term radioactivity. She received the Nobel Prize in Physics for this discovery. She also received the Nobel Prize for Chemistry in 1911. So, she has discovered that polonium and random. What do you mean polonium? Polonium is effects of poisonous or effectively those of acute radiation poisoning. This occur within 1 day of exposure to a large dose of radiation of effects. It's also a base of damage occurring the body's fat growing cells, bone marrow dropping in numbers of blood cells causes tired. So this is a poisonous inject somewhat as radiation, poisonous radiation within 1 day expire to large dose. Even 1 day they going to expire for large dose. It's very poisonous if the effects are based on the damaged occurred the body, and also it will damage the occurred the body and fat growing cells, and if it one for the they'll take the cells of bone marrow inside our number of blood cells, causing even one bone marrow, the blood cells vessels, it's get very tiredness. So because they are going to do this experiment on the cancer patients, and also random mainly practical use has been medicine. It's a medicine producing random gas from random chloride to be used in radiotherapy for the cancer. It should be used for the cancer patients as the radiotherapy. This is called as a random, mainly practical use has been as a medicine. So next is Professor C.N.R. Rao. C.N.R. Rao in 1934, who is he? His full name is Chintamani Nagesa Ramachandra Rao. So he is an Indian chemist who has worked mainly in solid state and structural chemistry. Presence, he is the chairman of Scientific Advisory Council to the Indian Prime Minister, and also he is advisor for our Indian Prime Minister for about the scientific. For example, he honorably declared from 83 universities from around the world, ensuring and improving the qualities and uses of scientific evidence and advising in government. And you all know that in previous classes I told you about the scientific about some scientific evidence, everything. So he is a well advisor and also scientific advisor council to the Indian Prime Minister. Next, Alexander Graham Bell in 1847 to 1922. He was a scientist from Scotland who invented the first practical telephone. So he was a first to invent the first practical telephone. Telephone means you all know that first phone, it's a telephone, means ringing phone. So Alexander Graham, he wanted to approximate a humor ear to test whether the sound wave could transfer easily in the recognizable symbols. The idea was that device would help the deaf see the sound of the word. So why he invented the telephone? Because he wanted to know the human ear whether they can hear the sound wave could be transferred from long distance in the recognition symbol. The idea was that the device would help the deaf to see the sound of word. So because of this, they have invented the first practical telephone. Marconi. In Marconi 1874-1937, he was an Italian inventor who worked a great deal on wireless telegraphy. Wireless telegraphy is nothing but a radio. He is best known for his development of the radio telegraphy system. And he established the wireless communication across the Atlantic employing radio waves of approximately 300 to 3000 meters wavelength in 1907. So he is tested that from how many meters the wavelength will occur, and why, because of wireless, you all know now we are going to connect for each and everything for wire must and should. So he invented the wireless to for the wavelengths for places like Atlantic employing radio wave of approximately 300 to 3000 meters. So he was an Italian inventor who worked a great deal on wireless telegraphy, that is radio. He is best known for his development of radio telegraphy system. Next is John Logie Baird, 1888-1946. He was a British engineer and inventor of the world's first working television system. He was a British engineer and inventor of the world's first working television system. First working television system is the nothing but he wanted to invent the first publicly demonstrated television system, color television system, not black and white, and the first visible purely electronic color. It's the first visibly colored electronic system is invented by the John Logie Baird. And the first purely electronic color television picture tube, and also known as the father of televisions and famous for being the first person to demonstrate the working television. He is famous for, he is the first person to demonstrate the working television and also called the father of television. Galileo Galilei in 1564 to 1642. He was an Italian scientist who constructed the telescopes. Using the telescopes, he studied about lunar craters and discovered 4 natural satellites revolved around the Jupiter. So you all know about Galileo. Galileo did not invent the telescope, but he was the first to use the systematically to observe the celestial objects and to record the lunar creatures and the discovery 4 natural satellite revoluting around the Jupiter. Next, Anton van Leeuwenhoek in 1832-1723. He invented the microscope, an instrument which enabled us to view and examine tiny things which cannot be viewed by the naked eye. So he invented the microscope. Anton van Leeuwenhoek. So That is, the instrument is viewed examining the tiny things that which we cannot see in our naked eyes. So we can see in the microscope. Even there is so many germs in our hand. We cannot see. We don't know. See, if we see like this also, we cannot see that germs. So only we can see in the microscope. He is one of the invented the microscope. That is Anton van Leeuwenhoek. Next is Robert Hooke. Robert Hooke in 1635 to 1703. He was an English scientist who was the first to study and record cells by using a microscope. So, who is the first to study and record cells by using a microscope? Is Anton van Leeuwenhoek invented the microscope. Next is about Robert only. I will tell you. His first use of word cells in the sense of basic unit of organism. Small unit, cells unit. That is a basic unit of organism, and also he discovered the law of elasticity known as the Hooke's law. Elasticity is also known as the Hooke's law. Next, I will tell you Sri Jagdish Chandra Bose in 1858 to 1935. He was an Indian physicist and the botanist. He invented the crystallography, a device for measuring growth in plant. So, he is used to tell about the measuring growth in plant. Crystallography is nothing but one of Indian great scientists, and it is nothing but it's growing the plants and how it's physically grown and the movement of the plants that he invented, and also device for measuring the growth of the plant. Okay, thank you children. I'll explain you in the next class.